Thanks. My name is Robert. I work for Panacol as a business developer. And the next 4 or 5 minutes of my life, I will tell you something about our developments in the area of flexible conductive adhesives. But not before I tell you something about the company, which is based in Germany, close to Frankfurt. And with roughly 100 people, we work on niche applications for adhesives. And that could be in an industrial market. A big part of what we do is in the medical market, because we produce a lot of medical grade products. Right, so conductive materials, we are mainly talking about electrical conductive materials, could also be thermal conductive materials, but I would say they already exist for years and years. That's nothing new. But the requirements are a bit changing. Not all the boards, PCBs are rigid anymore, as we have seen this afternoon, but it's getting more and more flexible, even bendable and sometimes rollable. And that has quite an impact on the electrical conductive adhesive development. Also due to the fact that some foils cannot handle very high temperatures. Soldering is out of the question for this kind of applications. So that's where our developments come in. The main applications we see for time being is thin film solar cells, where we have the electrical connections, and the medical wearable electronics, which is a market which we heard from Quad also before, which will grow extremely over the next years. Okay, when it comes to these materials, this is roughly what it is about. So if you have an electrical conductive adhesive, it's always between two substrates, and to achieve a certain electrical connection, you have to give it let's say, minimum load, so a minimum amount of particles. In our case, we work with particles, and you roughly need 65 weight percent of particles. It's weight percent, it's not volume percent. So there is still a lot of space left for the adhesive matrix. Let's say together, you can make it flexible. So it's firstly in the adhesive matrix, it's epoxy driven in our case. So you have to be able to make an epoxy flexible. And in the second place, it's about the particles. It's about the shape of the particles, the combination of smaller and bigger particles, the coating on particles, the uniform distribution of particles. So the whole thing makes the adhesive at the end flexible. Our focus is on the high strength applications. And on the low temperature curing. So that is where our focus is. It's all non-silicon based, so it's also applicable, let's say, for automotive applications. And the variety is enormous. So we focus on customer support. It's not only the adhesive we supply, it's also how to apply the material, because it always comes as a liquid. And it's also about how to cure the material. So we do the whole process support worldwide. And as I said, we have them in different grades. We have them in one component, low temperature curing. We have them in two component variations where you do not need temperature at all. We have them with and without a medical grade. So it's quite complex. Bonding is quite complex, but yeah, it's all about the support. So that's it from our side. Thank you very much.